Hi everyone, it's James here from Pro Tools Expert, back with a plugin review this time. It's not very often I do plugin reviews these days, so it has to be a pretty special plugin to get my attention, and trust me, this is. What we're going to look at today is the rather amazing DFQ by Drumforge. Now, Drumforge, as I'm sure you know, are responsible for, quite frankly, what I believe to be the best sounding drum library out there. I'm not really one for drum sample libraries, but trust me, the Drumforge one is worth checking out. I'll put a link to it in the review notes. But the guys recently have started developing some pretty amazing plugins, and DFQ is their take on EQ for drums. So I thought I would show you how I've been using it on this track. My normal drum layout, 2 kicks, 2 snares, hat, 4 toms, ride, and overhead left and right. And I'll just play it back for you now. It sounds okay, everything's there, but there's just not much life or power or, quite frankly, passion to the drum sound. So all I'm going to do, the only processing you'll see me do, is apply DFQ to each of the drums, and we'll start with the inside kick drum. So let me quickly show you around the GUI. We have the input and output controls. We have our lovely input meter here. We have our mode control, more about that in a second. High pass filter, low pass filter, and mix control, of course, meaning we can parallel process with DFQ. And we have our 3 main EQ modes: punch, clarity, and attack. We have a kind of nice rotary encoder allowing us to dial in the amount of each one. We can turn them off. And we have a range control. Think of that more as a kind of a frequency or blend control. And we have our 3 ranges, our 3 types of EQ mode. Now, these 3 controls are how you control the EQ for the 3 parameters: punch, clarity, and attack. So we have a kind of an amount control, as in how much of each of the parameters you're dialing in, a range, and 3 kind of preset modes. Now, think of these presets as different types of EQ functionality. For example, A might be a Pultec style, B might be 2 or 3 different EQs working in parallel, and C might be a combination of all 3. Now, quite frankly, I don't know what these 3 modes mean, but I know they all sound great, so just try them. For me, the best thing about DFQ is it gets away from EQing with your eyes. You're now genuinely EQing with your ears. Now, I said I'd come back to this mode control, and this is probably the most fundamentally important control in DFQ. It sets up the type of parameters we're dealing with for each type of drum. So it could be a kick, snare, rack toms, floor toms, overheads, room mics, or an entire kit bus. I'm going to start with the kick direct because it's the internal kick mic. We'll bypass it all to start with, and we'll wind some in. Maximum mix to start with. And let's play back that internal kick sound. Start with punch. And as I go through the range, I quite like there. Real nice low end thud to it. Let's change the type. Type A. Now I like C and about there. Plenty of weight to that. High pass filter, of course, means I can roll that bottom end out. If I don't think I'm putting enough of the process through, wind some more in. Let's go for clarity now. Wind it all the way in. Try some B. And some C. I quite like that actually. And let's wind some attack in. No. Now, of course, I can blend some of the natural sound in. But it's then when you hear quite how boxy that kick drum sounded. Yeah, I quite like that. Let's blend that with the... Let's wind in some of that EQ into the external kick sound. Let's bypass those quickly. It's not even the same drum sound, is it? With DFQ, without it. I think that sounds amazing, and that's just the DFQ. No other processing, nothing else whatsoever. Let's have a listen to the snare. Bypassed. And with my preset, we're using the direct snare mode. It's winding it all punch. No, I'm not liking the A range so much. Or the B. There's a ring in there I really don't like. Let's put some of the under snare in now. I'm not a great fan of the under snare mic, I have to admit, but I want it to sizzle. Let's get rid of the kick drum out of that mic. And let's pull the top end down. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that. So we've skipped to a point in the track where there's a lot more going on in the toms. If you listen. That's a floor tom, so let's start with DFQ in floor tom mode. Let's work on punch first. And you can almost wind the range in to find the natural kind of pitch, the natural resonance of the drum. Yeah, I'll go with that. Let's go with that. And kind of torn between A and B modes. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And quite frankly, I'll copy that onto the other floor tom. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Let's start on that rack tom. There it is, there's the drum. And let's have some attack in there. Oh, there it is. And let's copy that across into the other drum. It's a completely different part. I love it. Without. With. Without. That to me is amazing. Just the power of DFQ transforming the drum sound. They've taken a really different approach to EQ, which I really, really like. And for that reason, they are getting my final Editor's Choice Award of 2016. Well done to the team at Drumforge. Truly, DFQ has changed the way I work with drums. Now, I've been using DFQ a lot recently. It's a truly stunning plugin, I hope you'll agree. And to that end, I've produced a tutorial showing some of the processes and some of the other tools that I use when I'm mixing drums that I haven't necessarily recorded. Now, DFQ is definitely a tool I reach for all the time these days, even on tracks that I've recorded, just to kind of beef up my toms a little bit. That's going to appear very soon in the premium side of the site. But for now, hopefully you've enjoyed this quick look at DFQ by Drumforge. Well done, guys, and well done for the Editor's Choice Award. I've been James from Pro Tools Expert, and I'll see you again soon for some more gear talk.